But we want to begin this half hour with serious news. Chilling images of an admitted serial killer committing one of his shocking crimes. NBC's Martin Fletcher is in London with the latest for us. Martin, good morning.
Yes, sir, good morning. Well, he's a psychology graduate, a PhD student in criminology, and he called himself in court the Crossbow Cannibal. Stephen Griffiths pled guilty to 3 murders within a year. This is the face of a serial killer with his weapon of choice, a powerful crossbow, right after a murder, taunting the CCTV camera. And this is his voice taunting an ex-girlfriend. She said he beat her, broke her nose, cut her with a piece of glass.
I'm not going to go away, so I guess you'd better.
The CCTV camera showed him leaving his room seconds after killing his 3rd victim, shot her in the head with an arrow. In Britain they call him the Cannibal Killer. He claimed he ate parts of his victims. Police found 81 pieces of one victim in this river.
Why did you feel the need to kill her?
I don't know. I don't know if I've just sometimes you killed someone to kill yourself or kill parents. I don't know. It's like deep issues inside me.
Stephen Griffiths, 41 years old, told police on camera that he killed 3 sex workers in the northern town of Bradford. He told police he called his bathroom the slaughterhouse. After he was sentenced to life imprisonment, the police summed up Britain's horror.
We cannot begin to understand what drove this cold-hearted and manipulative individual to take 3 lives in such a brutal and senseless way.
But it also turned out that police had watched Griffiths for at least 2 years. After a brush with the law, he told a probation officer that he had a preoccupation with mass murder. But police couldn't do anything because he hadn't committed a crime, although they did confiscate a crossbow from him. Security cameras caught him in the street with a woman who he did not attack. There were also pictures we are not showing of him dragging his last victim into his room. And then this final image, the killer after he killed. Griffiths has now gone on a hunger strike, refusing all food and drink. It isn't clear today what shape he's in, but by Christmas Day he'd reported he'd lost 40 pounds and was in a weak state. Lester?
Martin Fletcher this morning, thank you. NBC News analyst Clint Van Zandt is a former FBI profiler. Clint, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Lester. Another tough story.
This thing is disturbing on so many levels. I think of Jeffrey Dahmer when I think of serial murders and cannibalism. What leads someone to take that next step beyond just killing?
Yeah, well, you know, we've seen serial killers. We feel, you know, many times there could be one in every state in America, and of course we see them all across Europe and Asia and other places too. It's this next step you talk about. It's this cannibalism. Many times it's this desire to possess. And for some individuals, there's no greater way to possess than to consume your victim, and therefore, in this case, she becomes part of you.
And it's so hard to get in the mind of these sort of individuals, but here we see him coming down the hall, knows the camera's there, looks up, shows the crossbow, tilts back his can of Sprite, knows he's being recorded. What's that about?
Well, there's this very defiant attitude. Again, showing this crossbow, this is his weapon. In his mind, he may see himself as a hunter. Realize in the 1980s, there was a guy by the name of Robert Hansen in Alaska. He would kidnap victims, alleged prostitutes, fly them out into the wilderness of Alaska, and then give them a head start, and then he would hunt them down. In this case, this guy's hunting zone was only within his apartment.
And then when he's arrested, he yells out, "I'm here, I'm Osama bin Laden." Is this a guy saying, look how big I am, look what a big deal I am?
I think so. You know, you can interpret that a number of different ways, but we all know Osama is the most wanted person, the most negatively revered. I think he tries to put himself up on that same level. We see a lot of serial killers. They want to surpass Ted Bundy. They want to see their names in this terribly negative record book.
He's talked about 3 killings, but he says he's killed loads of others. He's going to be in jail the rest of his life. Why isn't he sharing that information?
Well, this is a guy who's tried to commit suicide 3 or 4 times since he's been arrested. But, Lester, we know crimes like this, murder, sexual assault, this is power, dominance, this is trying to control another person, this manipulative behavior, this allows him to continue to manipulate society. Even though we have him locked up, he's going nowhere for the rest of his life. He can still manipulate authorities, just like Ted Bundy, who kept taunting authorities. If you don't carry out the death penalty, I can tell you about some other victims. I think this guy is doing the same thing. He's still taunting. He's still trying to remain in control.
All right. Clint Van Sant, thanks for coming on with us this morning. We appreciate it.
You too, Lester. Happy New Year.
Thank you.